Well, this Saturday marks a special day for one of the top shows here at NBC. Late Night with Conan O'Brien turns 10. And while the network is making a very big deal with a primetime special, the host of the show, Conan O'Brien, is the kind of guy who'd probably prefer just to keep his nose to the grindstone. Conan O'Brien, good morning. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations. This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's great.
You have now been on late night television more years than Jack Paar and Steve Allen. What does the milestone mean to you?
10 years on TV is that's a long time to be annoying people late at night, and so yeah, it's great. There was a time when people thought we'd last 10 minutes. 10 minutes actually was a pretty optimistic prediction at the beginning, so 10 years is great.
I've spoken to some of your friends and coworkers who happen to be one and the same, and while the network is doing this big primetime event to mark the occasion, most of them tell me that if it were up to you, you would do the show on the 10th anniversary, wake up the next morning and start the 11th year, that you wouldn't make a big deal of it. Why?
I'm a joyless robot. I have no...
But you really don't want to call a lot of attention to it.
Well, I think it's great that we can do this show and show a lot of the amazing work we've done in 10 years. But yeah, it's not in my nature to say, look at me, look what I did. Yeah! Well, they like it, but that's not my, we're doing quiet! I don't know how you do it. These people, Matt, constantly so needy.
1993, you and I did an interview. You were not on the air yet, and you were still complaining about acne. I had a lot more hair. But I want to show you what you said in that interview.
All right.
You could walk down the street today.
Yes.
And no one would stop you.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
No one will stop me tomorrow either. I assure you. TV is no different than getting to know a friend or anyone else in your life. It takes some time.
No different than getting to know a friend. That is so special.
I'm glad you agree.
Nice.
I love you.
Do you still feel that way after 10 years?
I believe that way. I believe that you're, in a way, it's especially in late night television, or it's not different from what you do. People have to get to know you. They really do. It's not just the comedy. It's also trusting the person who's running the show.
So how do you describe your relationship with that friend or the audience now after 10 years?
Very sexy. I think I have a hot, steamy, sexy relationship with my audience. I think over time they've just learned to know me. So some nights when it doesn't work, they're a little more forgiving. They go, that's Conan. That's just a Conan. That's what he does, and there's a little bit of a trust there.
Let's talk about critics for a second. And,
sure.
You remember this time. I mean, in the first few months, maybe year of your show, the critics were brutal. I think you called it like a year and a half crawling through a giant spanking machine.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about what they wrote then and what they said then, now that you've gone 10 years?
I think, I've sort of chalked it up to I had to go through that. I was coming from nowhere. I replaced David Letterman from total obscurity. You have to pay a price, you know what I mean? There's a price you need to pay, and just about every single one of those critics within, I'd say, 2-3 years of my debut had completely changed their story.
But don't you ever want to thumb your nose at them a little bit? I mean, they said you'd never last 10 weeks, and here you are 10 years later. Don't you ever want to just strike up the band?
I think that they weren't completely wrong, I guess. I think we had really great comedy at the very beginning, and I think...
Just want to thank the Jackson Memorial High School Marching Band, who were 10 seconds late on their cue, I should also mention.
What the hell happened there?
You don't like
What a wonderful surprise.
We had to have one little thing. I mean,
that cost NBC $45,000.
No, because you don't like a big deal. We had to have one little thing, so we want to thank them. But I also want to say,
thanks.
Let's talk seriously a second about the show, because you do a lot of preparation. There's a lot of rehearsal that goes into doing a late night show. You're not the kind of guy who likes surprises on the air.
Right. Like, that just horrified me. I wet myself during that. But I know that it's good show business, so I
Conan, back to the late night show for a second. Is there Is there a formula?
What? This is a journalistic show. This is a show with respect. What
Is
are you
there a
doing?
formula to
You've
being
lowered
success-
yourself to my level.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry, I'm
let's
putting this
talk
another
seriously
setup
for
to
a
be...
second, all right? Is there a formula to doing a successful late night show? What has worked for you over these many years?
Cue the monkey. Oh.
Happy anniversary!
Conan, we
You know,
just
that special?
That's right, exactly.
That's
it
right.
says
We just
10
wanna-
solid years on it.
toilet paper with 10 solid
And we
years.
know that you're a
Conan.
fan
nice.
of busts
Thank you
here,
very
so
much.
we have you your very own bust.
It's Katie with her entourage.
I take
see a lot of
them
these
with me
people.
wherever
Hi,
I
how
go.
are you?
Happy anniversary!
We just want to point out some of the people who've shown up. First of all, we have Rabbi Saul Rosenstein over there who performed your bris.
Very nice.
I believe.
Good job.
We have
Can I point out this guy has double nipple rings right there, and I never thought
He's
I'd
always
see
got
that
someplace to keep his
going
keys.
on the Today Show.
we have Priest John
That's
O'Connor
great.
who baptized you
Very
as a
nice.
young man.
Terrific.
We've got
Very
the
good to see you.
twins. These are the twirling twins. Sally, or Tammy and Holly from
Yeah.
Westchester.
Yeah.
We've got Sally the sheep. Where's Sally the sheep back here?
She's back there.
Don't even go there.
We don't want to say what Sally has to do with your past. That's
great.
But she wanted to be here as well.
He likes to drink Woolite. Let's put it that way.
We also have, we know that the 10-year anniversary is aluminum. You're
Yes.
supposed to give people aluminum.
Aluminum, that's
so there's
beautiful.
a bust of you in aluminum foil
Can people
over
see
there.
that?
Yeah,
There you
we've got a
go.
picture of her right
beautiful.
there.
And the
Look at
Lego
that.
bust
And
of
then
you.
Lego
Your Lego
bust as well.
This is a Lego head right here.
Because you're a fan of
You
busts.
spent no money on this.
You'd be
This
surprised.
is the cheapest celebration I've ever seen.
No, but we're really
No, that's
happy
wonderful.
for
That
you.
was a Leno cake 10 minutes ago, and they added frosting. Beautiful.
We just changed the hair to red.
Yeah,
and
very
there you
nice.
go.
Well, that's
Same chin.
exactly. It's gorgeous. Thank you. I don't know what to say other than I'm horrified, and I will never be back.
Hey,
That's all I can say.
congratulations on 10
Thank you
years
very much. You
here
guys
at
have been
the
very
network.
nice to me, and
We appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank
Many
you very
happy
Big fans
returns.
of yours, Conan.
We're back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.
Thank you. Thank you. Special.
Just straightforward.